Have you ever avoided taking a risk, pursuing a dream, or speaking your truth because it was uncomfortable or frightening? Many of us live in the shadow of fear, trying to avoid pain at all costs. But the real danger is not the pain itself, it is the regret that builds silently over time. Today, we are going to address this problem and explore why embracing temporary discomfort can prevent lifelong regret and unlock the life you truly desire. Pain is a part of life. It is unavoidable, inevitable, and sometimes necessary. Every challenge, failure, or difficult choice carries with it a measure of discomfort. Yet pain is fleeting. Regret, on the other hand, lingers. It whispers in your mind years later, reminding you of the choices you didn't make, the words you didn't speak, or the actions you avoided. True growth, achievement, and fulfillment require the courage to endure temporary pain, so that you never carry the weight of lasting regret. Today, we will explore 4 principles to help you act boldly, face challenges head-on, and live a life without regret. Pain is often misunderstood. We see it as something to avoid, something threatening, or something that diminishes our happiness. But pain, in its truest sense, is a teacher. It is a signal that growth is occurring, a reminder that we are moving beyond comfort, and a necessary companion on the path to progress. Whether it is physical, emotional, or mental, pain is temporary because it changes over time, just as wounds heal and difficulties pass. Think about an athlete pushing through a grueling workout. Every muscle ache, every moment of fatigue is unpleasant, yet these moments are fleeting. The pain lasts only as long as the effort, but the strength, skill, and endurance gained endure far longer. The same principle applies to life. Facing challenges, making difficult decisions, or taking risks may cause temporary discomfort. But these moments pave the way for growth, resilience, and opportunity. Problem is that humans are wired to avoid pain. We seek comfort, security, and safety, often at the cost of progress. Yet, when we consistently avoid pain, we accumulate regrets instead. Regret comes from inaction moments when we knew we should act but chose comfort over courage. Pain, although difficult, is a necessary investment. Avoiding it may feel easier in the short term, but the cost is far greater in the long term. Another important aspect of understanding pain is recognizing its impermanence. Pain, no matter how intense, is temporary. Emotions fade, situations change, and challenges evolve. By acknowledging this impermanence, you equip yourself with the mindset to endure discomfort with purpose. You learn to see pain not as an enemy, but as a companion guiding you toward growth, courage, and fulfillment. Embracing pain also builds character. Every time you confront discomfort, you reinforce your inner strength. You develop patience, resilience, and the ability to tolerate uncertainty. These qualities become your foundation, enabling you to face greater challenges without hesitation. When you understand that pain is temporary, it loses its power to paralyze you. Instead, it becomes a stepping stone to action, progress, and meaningful achievement. Furthermore, understanding the nature of pain helps you prioritize wisely. Not all discomfort is worth enduring, but the discomfort associated with growth, effort, and courage is essential. By learning to differentiate between trivial pain and purposeful pain, you make decisions that propel you forward rather than hold you back. Pain becomes a compass, pointing you toward opportunities, experiences, and achievements that will prevent regret later in life. Finally, when you internalize the temporary nature of pain, fear loses its grip. You realize that the discomfort you feel now is fleeting, but the regret of inaction is permanent. Every moment of effort, courage, or challenge becomes manageable because it is measured against the enduring cost of missed opportunities. Pain may be intense, inconvenient, or even frightening, but it is always temporary. Regret, however, can last a lifetime, and that is one understanding and embracing pain is the first step toward living a life of courage, fulfillment, and purpose. Fear is one of the strongest forces that prevent people from acting. It whispers doubts, magnifies risks, and convinces us that comfort is safer than growth. Yet fear and pain are often signals that you are on the path to meaningful change. To avoid lifelong regret, it is essential to take bold action, even when fear is present. Courage does not mean the absence of fear, it means moving forward despite it. Consider the stories of people who achieved greatness. Almost every one of them experienced fear before taking the critical step that changed their lives. Entrepreneurs faced the fear of failure, athletes faced the fear of injury, and leaders faced the fear of judgment. What separated them from others was not luck or talent alone. It was the willingness to act in spite of fear. They understood that the temporary discomfort of action is far better than the permanent sting of inaction. Taking bold action requires reframing your perspective on fear. Instead of seeing fear as a stop sign, view it as a compass pointing toward growth. Fear often arises when you are on the threshold of something important, an opportunity to learn, to create, or to transform. When you act in the face of fear, you convert potential paralysis into progress, anxiety into accomplishment, and hesitation into empowerment. Another key element is preparation. Courage is amplified when combined with readiness. Preparing, planning, and equipping yourself with knowledge and skills reduces uncertainty and allows you to act decisively. While preparation does not eliminate fear, it transforms fear into informed caution rather than paralyzing doubt. Every small step toward readiness makes the leap of action less intimidating and more achievable. Bold action also requires commitment. It is easy to start something in a burst of motivation, but the real challenge is sustaining action despite obstacles, criticism, or temporary discomfort. Commitment means showing up consistently, persevering through setbacks, and refusing to let fear dictate your choices. Each action taken despite fear strengthens your courage, builds momentum, and reduces the power of fear over future decisions. Moreover, taking bold action minimizes regret. In life, the moments we regret most are not those in which we tried and failed. They are the moments we never tried at all. Regret lingers because inaction leaves questions unanswered and opportunities unexplored. By daring to act, even imperfectly, you eliminate the haunting what-ifs that erode peace of mind. Action, however uncomfortable, is always more valuable than hesitation. Finally, bold action cultivates self-trust. Each time you confront fear and choose to act, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of navigating uncertainty, overcoming challenges, and creating outcomes beyond your comfort zone. This self-trust becomes a lifelong resource, empowering you to embrace challenges, endure temporary pain, and live without the burden of lingering regret. Discomfort is often seen as a negative force to be avoided, yet it is one of life's most powerful educators. Every moment of unease, challenge, or difficulty carries a lesson that cannot be learned in comfort. The path of growth, achievement, and fulfillment is paved with discomfort. And the sooner we embrace it, the sooner we transform pain into wisdom and prevent the burden of lifelong regret. Consider moments when you were pushed beyond your comfort zone, perhaps a difficult conversation, a challenging project, or a personal goal that seemed impossible. At the time it felt unpleasant, exhausting, or even intimidating. Yet looking back, these were the moments that shaped your resilience, sharpened your skills, and expanded your understanding. Discomfort is temporary, but the insights, strength, and growth it provides last forever. Embracing discomfort requires a shift in mindset. Instead of viewing it as a threat, see it as an opportunity for learning. Each challenge is a mirror reflecting your current limits, biases, and areas for improvement. By confronting discomfort rather than avoiding it, you gain clarity about who you are, what you value, and what you are capable of achieving. This awareness prevents future regret because it ensures that you are actively engaging with life rather than passively drifting through it. Another essential element is resilience. Discomfort teaches you to tolerate uncertainty, frustration, and resistance. Life rarely unfolds perfectly, and challenges are inevitable. Those who avoid discomfort often live cautiously, missing opportunities and accumulating unfulfilled dreams. By leaning into discomfort, you build mental strength that allows you to persevere, adapt, and thrive, even when circumstances are difficult or unpredictable. Discomfort also fosters creativity and problem solving. When you are pushed out of familiar patterns, your mind is forced to explore alternatives, innovate, and think critically. Moments of discomfort spark solutions that would never emerge in a state of ease. By embracing these experiences, you transform obstacles into opportunity, turning temporary pain into long-term growth and achievement. Furthermore, embracing discomfort teaches humility and patience. Growth is rarely instantaneous, and discomfort often accompanies the process of learning and transformation. By accepting that temporary struggles are part of the journey, you cultivate patience, develop realistic expectations, and learn to value progress over perfection. This perspective reduces regret because it allows you to appreciate effort, learning, and resilience, even when immediate results are not visible. Finally, embracing discomfort cultivates courage. Each time you face an uncomfortable situation, you reinforce your ability to confront fear, endure challenges, and act in alignment with your values. You learn that temporary pain is manageable and meaningful, whereas avoiding it can lead to long-term regret. Over time, this approach creates a mindset in which you willingly step into challenges, take calculated risks, and live boldly. Knowing that the discomfort of today prevents the lingering regret of tomorrow, regret is the silent companion of inaction. It creeps in years later as we remember the opportunities we didn't take, the words we didn't speak, and the chances we let slip away. The antidote to regret is decisive action taken in the present moment. Waiting for the perfect time, the right mood, or the ideal conditions only prolongs discomfort and increases the likelihood of looking back with sorrow. To live fully, you must act now, understanding that temporary pain is far less costly than lifelong regret. Procrastination is the enemy of action. Every time we delay a decision or avoid a challenge, we trade immediate discomfort for future remorse. Life is unpredictable, and the window of opportunity may close without warning. Acting now, even imperfectly, ensures that we seize the moment, learn from the experience, and move forward. Those who consistently act despite uncertainty accumulate experiences, confidence, and growth, while those who hesitate accumulate what-ifs that haunt them for years. Acting now also requires courage, the courage to face failure, criticism, and discomfort. Fear often convinces us that inaction is safer, but this is an illusion. The real danger is not failure itself. It is the regret that follows when we avoid taking risks. Every choice, every effort, and every leap of faith, regardless of immediate outcome, creates forward momentum. By embracing action in the present, you protect your future from the weight of unfulfilled potential, missed opportunities. Another important aspect of acting now is clarity of purpose. When you identify your goals, values, and priorities, you gain the courage to make decisions aligned with them. Action without direction can lead to wasted effort, but action guided by purpose builds meaning. Each step taken toward a goal, even if uncomfortable or challenging, reduces the chance of regret because it reflects intentional living. You learn to focus on what truly matters, rather than being paralyzed by fear or indecision. Acting now also strengthens resilience. Every time you step into the unknown, confront fear, or endure temporary pain, you reinforce your ability to face future challenges. Life is full of uncertainty.